This is Richard Ussher from Queenstown. He is a full-time professional adventure racer with the Seagate team. He devotes his life now to adventure racing. He managed to fit this in, and here he goes through the transition. This is the kayak all over and done with. He is doing a Steve Gurney. He is not slowing down at all. He is keeping moving. He is moving forward. He is making his way up the hill. He is putting one foot in front of the other, all forward momentum. There will be no stopping. There will be no pausing. He'll be thinking about the ride that he's got to go. He has 70 kilometres ride into Sumner. There is an easterly of around 25 k's for him to head into. It's a straight ride across the Canterbury Plains, and that is Richard Ussher looking very, very relaxed, and all he has in front of him now is a 70-kilometre cycle into Sumner. Look at his support crew. They're fueling him up. They're giving him stuff to eat. They're making sure that he's hydrated. They're asking him questions. They're making sure, are you focused? What are you doing right now? And there you go. You've even got a support crew probably making a little doco of his own. He's even got a quick comment for them. That's a support crew probably making their own little film of what could be Richard Ussher's first win in the coast-to-coast individual one-day World Championship event. Asking Richard if he's got water on board. He looks like he's had enough. Of course, he's had a river to drink out of all the way. Coming to the top. Very shortly now, Richard will be getting onto his bike. And it'll be a short hill, and then a short flat, and then another hill, and then up onto the flat, and then there'll be a left-hand turn, and then it's basically a straight ride all the way into Sumner. Here he comes into the paddock. It won't be long now until we see the bikes. And he's coming up now. It'll be very shortly we're going to see his bike come into view. The rest of his support crew has no doubt got his bike already out on the road, as every good professional support crew should have by now. He's already thinking about, what do I need to do? I've got 2 hours ahead of me. The clock has ticked over 9 hours and 41 minutes. Richard Ussher has been moving continuously from the west coast of the South Island of New Zealand, making his way towards the east coast and Sumner Beach in Christchurch, and he's been moving for 9 hours and 41 minutes. Here goes one of his supporters, Mark Wilson, out to the right, and here you have it. Look at that, a slick support crew. Bike waiting on the road. The Waimak Gorge Bridge is behind him. He has now got the ride across the Canterbury Plains. In the one-day event, you are not allowed to draft. There is no drafting. This is a time trial ride across the Canterbury Plains. There's the easterly to contend with. There's the conditions to contend with. There's the amount of effort he has already put into what has been a huge day out for him. He told me yesterday, John, I think this is more of a sprint for me now. I'm an adventure racer, and this is more of a sprint. Well, for some people, this is a huge mission. For Richard Ussher, it's a sprint across the Canterbury Plains. And is this the winner? Are we looking at the 2005 winner of the World Championship Spates one-day competition? He comes around this corner. He has a small hill to climb up. He hangs around to the right-hand corner. There's a small flat, and then another small hill. And then from there, it is a flat ride with one big left-hand turn all the way into Sumner. After about 30 k's, he'll get a good fix on the Port Hills, and at the end of the Port Hills is Sumner Beach.